Welcome back, everybody, to What's Really Out There. I am your host, Stephanie Booth, and my father
is the co-host of the show.
T.
Well, we got some cool stuff for you today. Got some UFO sightings and some other cool stuff. Then I got a bunch of mysteries and Texas to cover. So, just sit back, relax, guys. We're going to start this, I guess. You want to say, oh, yeah, we got our year wrap up of everything and want to say we're doing good. Our numbers are going up. Thank you, guys. And I've been noticing our downloads are going up, so it's all going good. Just want to say thanks. You want to say thanks or anything, Stephanie, besides sitting there just...
Thank you, I guess.
Because we're up to like 8 followers. Yeah. It's going to get bigger and bigger.
I'm going to kill my dog. You hear him barking?
Yes, that's why I shut the door. Well, all right. Well, hope everybody's having a great week. And one big announcement. After the first of the year, we're going to do videos, too, on every one. So, yeah. So you'll get to see our beautiful mugs. And I'm going to work on next year when we start doing these more on when we do the UFO stuff. I'm going to pull it up on the computer so we can see it while we talk about it. But all right, Steph, here you go. She is doing the
UFO
sightings.
Massive UFO sighting, daytime sightings. Over Romania.
I mean, not Rome, just plain out Rome.
Roman noodles. Rome. Italy?
Yes, Rome, Italy.
Italy, November 16th, 2021. UFO flying in... UFO flying in circle over South Chesterfield,
Yeah, Chesterfield, Virginia.
Virginia, November 8th, 2021. UFO over Murray.
Yes, Murray, Kentucky.
November 19th, 2021. Flying black triangle with 3 yellow lights over Pearl Saint.
We're at Port Saint. Flying over
Saint.
Port Saint. Port Saint Louis, Florida. Port St. Louis, Florida.
November 24th. All of them are in November.
Yeah, I try to get the most recent ones when I do the research. Because what do I want to talk about? I mean, it's cool to talk about one that happened 50 years ago, but we're starting to. With us having cell phones with video cameras on them, we're having more and more sightings. Because think about it, back in the 50s and 60s, nobody really ran around with video cameras.
Unless you like photographers or something.
Yeah. So there wasn't really much evidence, and now there's just so much on the internet. So I try to get the most recent stuff.
Yeah, but November 24, 2021, UFO flamed over Tampa, Florida, November 25th, 2021.
Sorry, guys. Yay. And that is our UFO stuff. Yeah, next time, like I said, that's the first year. We're going to start doing it better, and I think you guys will like it. Now, I've got some mysteries of Texas to talk about. Got to write my time down. All right. I'm going to start out with the Icebox murders. On June 23rd, 1965, Houston police officers forced their way into a house of Fred and Edwina Rogers at the request of their nephew Marvin, who was concerned that his phone calls had gone unanswered for a couple of days. The police checked the house, and an officer found what he thought to be numerous pieces of butchered hog in the refrigerator. As he was closing the refrigerator door, the officer saw two human hands in the vegetable bins.
That's
The
okay.
heads were it wasn't human hands, it was human heads.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, human heads in the vegetable bins. The heads were those of Fred and Edwina. The couple had been beaten to death, dismembered, and placed in the refrigerator. Oh, so it was in the refrigerator, but you know where you got your drawers at the bottom, you can
Yeah.
stick vegetables or whatever. Yeah, where they was in there. Oh God. Oh. Fred and Edwina's son, 43-year-old Charles Rogers, disappeared right after the murders and remains the only suspect in the case that is officially unsolved. That's crazy. So the son took off and no one knows where he went.
He probably did it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here.
My question is, why would he do it?
I don't know, man. That's just crazy how people just lose it like that, man, and just snap.
And the crazy thing is, most like serial killers or murders have either something in their past lives, like abuse or
Yeah, or something.
some head trauma.
Or then they just snap.
Yeah.
That's crazy how it's never been solved and they've never found the guy. Yeah.
He's gonna be found like 20 years just dead. They're gonna find his skeleton and they're gonna be like, huh.
Yeah. All right. The next one we have is the Orchid Apartment murders. On July 27th of 1979, one of Allie Rankin's co-workers went to pick her up from her Orchid Apartments home in southwest Houston. The co-worker, Bob Smith, arrived to find the door slightly ajar. When he entered, he found 33-year-old. Sounded real echoey real quick. Oh, it's because you sticking your headset up to the mic. I was like, what's going on? What are them dogs barking at? Anyways, he found 33-year-old Rankin laying in her bed, disrobed, feet tied together, and with a pillow over her upper body. When he removed the pillow, he saw her head had been cut off. She had also been sexually assaulted. Police have never recovered her missing head. Ah. So the guy went to pull back the pillow, her head was chopped off. Ah. 2 weeks later, and 2 floors above Rankin, a friend found the body of a 25-year-old Mary Mitchell in her bathroom. She had been stabbed multiple times so hard that the knife blade bent. The working theory is this were just 2 of the potential many victims of the unidentified serial killer. So they think that guy might have been a serial killer. It's just weird how people do that and get away with it. And it goes unsolved for years. That's what's crazy.
And then once we get like the new technology, they're gonna start like looking for more stuff, more evidence, and
yeah, all that kind of stuff. But it's just crazy, even with our technology, how people can still get away with stuff for so long, especially murder.
I know.
All right.
You could have a camera in your kitchen, and somebody would break in, and nobody would know.
Yeah, this is crazy. Now, I think I've covered this one when we very, very first started the show, but I'm going to do it again because it's one of Texas' great mysteries. It's called the Texas Killing Fields. There is, and what's crazy about that stretch of highway, I-45, I used to run that all the time going to Houston and make runs, yeah.
What?
Yeah. It says the Texas Killing Fields. There is a stretch of I-45 between Houston and Galveston where police have found the bodies of more than 30 young women and children since the 1970s. A federal agent who has been working the cases unsuccessfully for years describes the Texas Killing Fields as a perfect place for killing someone and getting away with it. Law enforcement investigator Robert Abel, a known sex offender, but was not able to link him to the crimes, although locals identically maintain that the victims were the result of one mishap or something. The number of bodies indicate that multiple killers have used the remote area to dispose of their victims' bodies. So they don't think it's one person doing all of them because there's so many. They think it's, a couple of people, they just kill it and dump them here.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to do Lover's Lane murders. See, this is why you don't go to Lover's Lane, kids, and make out and smooch and do all that dirty stuff, because something bad happens. Anyways, it's called the Lover's Lane murders. The Lover's Lane murders took place in an undeveloped wooded area of West Houston on the night of August 23rd of 1990. That night, 22-year-old Shirley Henry and her 21-year-old boyfriend Andy Atkinson parked in a desert spot popular with the young couples in the area. To play cards. Law enforcement found the couple's car at the scene with their bodies in the woods, closed by both of their necks. I messed that up. The bodies were found in the woods nearby. Both of their necks were sustained damaged. I guess that means like they look like they got choked or hung or something. Where was I at? I hate it when I lose my place. Oh, okay. And Shirley had been sexually assaulted. The unknown assailant had attempted to bury her under a wood pile, and Andy was found bound to a tree. Oh my God. That's brutal. In 2008, forensic investigators analyzed a semen sample taken from Henry in the 1990s and matched it to another unsolved rape case. The woman provided officers with 3 descriptions of her attacker. Although there have been no arrests, Houston authorities have a stretch of suspected killers. Sorry, I'm going to get a drink real quick.
ASMR.
Now, this next story is pretty cool because I watched a movie about it. They made a movie about it back in the day.
And the crazy thing is, all these murders and crimes are all like before the year I was born.
Yeah, way before you was born.
Like 2001, 2002, 2006.
Yeah. Okay, this is called the Texas Arcana Moonlight Murders. And they did make a movie about this, and this is pretty cool because this is based on a true story. So, Be prepared if you go to Arcana. Between February of 1922 between 1946. Oh God. Okay, here we go. From February 26th of 19 from February 22nd of 1946 to May 3rd of 1946. Weekends begin dangerous in and around Texarkana, Texas, known as the town that dreaded sundown, because that's when all the murders happened. A predator known as the Phantom Killer, because no one ever seen him, and he never got caught. I think he got seen once. He was he attacked couples within in a 3-month period, claiming 5 lives. The incident only occurred late at night and were usually 3 weeks apart. So, sorry about that. So he would always do them late at night and always do them 3 weeks apart. Then the Texas Rangers included the famous MT Lone Wolf Gonzalez, were drafted to help catch the phenom killer, whom witnesses described as a man wearing a sack with a cutout eye holes. Recent investigators point to Yule Sweeney as a likely culprit, but he was never arrested or convicted for the slayings. Yeah, he killed like a couple of couples, like a guy and a girl. Then he killed one girl. Then he killed one guy in his house. You know, yeah, it was crazy back then. And it's happened like in a span of 3 or 4 months. And like they said, every 3 weeks they'd start another murder. He would do another murder. Okay.
I want to look into their backstories of like what happened as a kid and.
Oh, I know. To make you think, what would make them do that?
Mhm.
Okay, our next one is the Austin Yogurt Shop Murders. On December 6, 1991, an Austin police officer saw a fire coming from I can't believe it's yogurt shop on his patrol. After the blaze was put out, and investigators found the bodies of 4 girls between the ages of 13 and 17 in the charred remains of the store. The girls had been bound there on clothing and finally shot. Oh man, so they was all tied together and then they were shot. Over 50 people had confessed to, wow. Over 50 people have confessed to the killings, including Kenneth McDuff, a known serial killer who was ruled out as a suspect and then later accused in 1998. Authorities arrested 4 other men. 2 of them, Robert Springsteen Jr. and Michael Scott, was convicted of the crime, but the state has since released them due to the Sixth Amendment violations of lack of evidence. So they still really figured out who killed these kids.
Isn't Michael Scott like famous or something like that?
That name sounds familiar, but I can't place a finger on it. Then I got some more short. These are all kind of shorties. The rest I got, so. Okay, I don't think I have to write down time anymore because these are short. Okay, this one's called the Megan Curl. Approximately 4 a.m. on March 26th of 2000, the Lufkin Fire Department arrived on the scene of a fire at the Fox Run Apartments. After firefighters put the flames out, they recovered the body of a 26-year-old Megan Curl. According to investigators, an unknown assailant had bound her to her bed, assaulted her, and killed her prior to setting her remains on fire. Oh my God. A neighbor reported Curl had a visitor. A man, Curl said, she had met at a club prior that evening, who followed her home. Police never identified the suspect. Dang.
So basically, she went to a club, she found the guy,
Yeah.
followed her home.
That's another thing. Don't freaking hook up with people you see at the bars or clubs. It's not good.
Just get to know them first. And then
Yeah. The next story is Amber Hangerman. On January 13th of 1996, an unknown assaultant abducted 9-year-old Amber Hangerman while she was riding her bike in Arlington, Texas. For 4 days later, a man walking his dog found her in a storm drain. Golly, see, that's why I always don't want you kids running off.
no wonder Patty don't want me near the storage drains when I was riding my bike.
Yeah. Witnesses had reported seeing Amber forced into a black pickup truck, but the time it took to alert authorities and then get the word out to the public, it was not enough to save her. The Amber Alert system, now used through the U.S., was developed as a direct result of this crime, and now over 900 children have been saved since they have went to this Amber Alert. So that's why they have it.
The Amber Alert?
Yeah, because of that little girl Amber.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, we have a cousin named Amber and an aunt Amber.
Yeah. Okay, now we have the servant girl. The servant girl. A servant girl was active in Austin between 1845 and 1885 and claimed the lives of at least 8 women in most cases. The unknown killer would enter women's homes and knock them out, unconscious. Then he would take them outside and use an axe to finish them. Authorities never identified the culprit. Through some think he may have been Jack the Ripper on a trip to the U.S. That's crazy. But back then too, the technology and stuff, you could just walk in and bam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the missing trio of Fort Worth, Texas. On December 23rd of 1974, 3 girls, Rachel Tralisa, 17, Lisa Rainey Wilson, 14, and Julianne Mosley, 9, went to the Seminary South shopping mall to run some holiday errands. The girls disappeared without a trace. Without a trace. Despite police investigators throughout the year, the fate of the missing trio is unknown. In 2008, the girls' families had raised enough money to have the nearby Benbrook Lake searched for possible leads. Police divers recovered 3 vehicles, although none provided a link to the missing girls. That would suck.
Yep. You spend all this money just to get something looked at.
Yeah.
And it's just spam, basically.
All right, here is our last one of the day. It's called the Crossroads Murders. On the morning of June 25th of 1981, the wife of Wilbur Brawl went to the Crossroads Tavern just out of Portland, Lavga, to locate her husband. Reportedly, she entered the bar and found her husband along with 3 women, and she shot them all in the head. Hey, we're recording. The 3 women, Lenny York and the tavern owner Lark Sailor, and an occasional customer, and Margie Matoja, a server, were all dead. The unknown assailant had also stabbed Baha, who died 28 days later. Police were unable to gather collective evidence from the scene. So what the hell? The wife did it and got away with it, I take it? She found her husband along with 3 women and all shot in the head. Oh, I see what they're saying. She didn't get mad and shoot them. She went to look for him, and she went to the tavern and found him there, and they were all dead, shot in the head. That's what it's saying. Okay.
Oh.
I thought the wife freaking lost her crap and
Yeah.
was like, "Ah."
I feel like that would be Denny.
Yeah. Well, guys, we probably will not do another one of these till after the new year. And until then, I'm Stephen Booth, your co-host.
And I'm your host, Stephanie Booth, and this is What's Really,
Really out there. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify, Stitcher, and all them good places. I'm going to start catching up our YouTube channel, so check that out. And we will see you later, guys. Bye.